What's up, everybody? My name is Benjamin, and today I would like to start off saying thank you for everybody who's subscribed to my channel. This is my second video. Well, let's get to it. So, here's my posters. Joker, 2 Star Wars, and another Joker. But, why I pretty much do YouTube is because I have a story to tell. It's my life story, and I'm still living the story. Funny. But yeah, so I was born in Russia, and I was born in 1993. Due to the circumstances, my mother was a prostitute in Russia, and my dad was a deadbeat, pretty much. When the last time I saw him, he was getting carried off to jail, and we were so poor that we lived on the streets. Yes, my mom was a prostitute, but she'd basically buy drugs and alcohol instead of giving us food. So it eventually got to the point that we were living on the streets and begging for food. Our neighbors would go and tell the police, and finally they did something about it, and my parents got there. Pretty much it was the mom, because at that point he was already gone, the father, but she got her parental rights taken away. So we were a orphan of the state, pretty much. We lived in a orphanage. I don't know how many months we lived there, but there were a lot of kids, and I guess in this orphanage we had set meal times. Like, we'd only get 5 minutes to eat, and then the next round would eat. There were a lot of kids. And these kids were young to about 16, because I think after 16, they kick the kids that are at the age of 16, they kick them out because they're practically adults in Russia. So they kicked us. No, they didn't kick us out. So pretty much what happened, there was a family in Utah that their daughter was doing some research on adoptions, and pretty much the people that don't get adopted and that end up on the streets usually commit suicide or die from starvation. So that made them want to adopt kids from Russia. Before they adopted us, they adopted this infant, and she was from Russia. I don't know if she was from the same part of Russia, but so they adopted her. She had a cleft lip, and the adoption people basically told the parents that adopted me, "Why do you want this kid? This kid is ugly." And pretty much they broke down in tears and said, because no matter what facial disfigurement, to them, they really loved her. So after that, a family right by them adopted a three set of kids. And then after that, they eventually adopted us, but they only wanted Alex, my brother. So pretty much they wanted only my brother. So the adoption agency pretty much just said, no, you can't split these. These are a family. And they said, okay. So at that time, it was my 5th birthday. I had my 5th birthday, then 2 weeks later, I came to the U.S. And so my birthday's on November 26th. So it was around Christmas time, all the lights up. And you see, in Russia, it's a very dark place, I guess. I haven't been there since I got adopted. So pretty much when we came out of the airplane, all this bright light. Now, it was still dark outside, but there were lights up everywhere. And plus, so the family that got us, it was the first American family to adopt in that orphanage. So I want to thank them for that. But so we had a difficult time settling in because we obviously didn't know English, so we all had to be placed in speech classes. And I think it was, I don't know, like, I bet if I could learn Russian again, I bet I could catch it like that. But I don't really know. I know some words like da, net, babushka, privyet. But most of all, we were lucky to get away from Russia because we know that we didn't want to be there. Because who knows, we could have not been adopted, and we could have become bad people or ended up dead. But that's not the point of the story. The story has a sad beginning and then has a great, well, it's not an ending because I'm still alive, but so I was adopted 2 times. The first adoption, it really didn't work because at first everything seemed fine. They just couldn't handle us because they already had, I think, 10 or 8 kids of their own. And this is in Salt Lake City, Utah, so Mormons. No, I have nothing against them or anything, but so they just couldn't handle the stress with us and then their kids. So they decided to place us in different houses. My sister was the first one to go, and then followed by my brother and me. I note that I think it was the hardest decision they had to do, but it was for the best. And I believe that because if it weren't for them, I wouldn't have found my true family. Even though I'm adopted, they're still my family. So my sister was the first one to go, and it was me and my brother. So I don't really know how many months my sister left, but the people that got me, they I pretty much loved them from the start. We met at McDonald's. The social worker uh, met with my mom, and pretty much she she bought me McDonald's, and she was with my sister, not my birth sister, but so pretty much the funniest thing happened. This is what I said. So are you my new mom now? That's exactly what I said. The thing is, I was young. I was 6 or 7 years old. No, I was probably 7. But I really didn't know what was going on. It was just like, oh, it's a new family. Okay. um, and then I asked so the sister was there. The sister was there. So I told her, oh, so what do I call you? Corey. Um, yeah, it was very good. I got adopted the second time on my 8th birthday. So did my brother. He got adopted by somebody else. Um, but the thing is, never take life for granted because my life has made me who I am. I've come to the terms that my parents didn't want me. Then my adopted parents didn't want me. But that was their decision, not mine. The thing is, I found an amazing people that love me for who I am, and I don't have to do anything to try to make them accept me because they accepted me from the start. They gave me a home. They gave me everything. So the parents that got me, they already had kids of their own. So when I came to the house, all their all their kids were already grown up and moved out. So it was just me. And I was very, very lonely at that point in time because I really had no one. I had no brother or sister to hang out with. So I don't know why, but every night I would see the first star and I just wish, you know, the starlight, star bright, how I wish, something like that. But no, every single night I'd see the star and I'd wish upon a star. And the next day, I wished upon a star to have brothers and sisters. That's how lonely I was. But the thing is, it didn't work the first day. So instead of giving up, I did it again the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. It got to the point when my mom said, we're doing foster care. And at the time, I didn't know what that meant. So, yeah. No, it was an amazing experience because I got to love pretty much everybody that came into the household because no matter what, all I saw to everybody was a new friend, somebody to play with. So then eventually down the road, they adopted some of the kids that went into the foster care system. So that is amazing. During that time, I'd still hang out with my original brother and sister. We did have a fallout though, a couple of years back when I was like 14. I'm 24 now, but 10 years ago. Huh. So, yeah, there were circumstances that happened, and we didn't see each other for a couple years. But yeah, my brother and sister, did some choices, but the thing is, no matter what, love everybody. That's the best thing you can do for anyone is don't judge people. That's one of the worst things you can do because if you judge somebody, then you don't know who they are. Somebody could be a wonderful guy or girl. You just haven't met them because you judged them. So, after a couple years, my sister had a daughter with my now brother-in-law, and she wanted me back into her life. And I said, of course, family is family. At that point, my relationship with my brother was like this, and some stuff happened. And I don't know, I love him. I really do. He's my brother, and he's there for me. And right now he's going through a battle with his demons, which I think that's what we all are doing. We go through constantly a battle with our demons. Yeah. Everybody has challenges in their life. We have roadblocks. Sometimes in life, we are not strong enough to push the roadblocks off to the side. But together we can. And I think that's what I love about life. So, what I want to say is always be kindful and always think of others before you think of yourself. Because it's okay to be selfish sometimes, but it's better to be selfless. You know, when you walk down the street and you see a homeless veteran, ask what your country can ask, not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Help each other. I know that you've been seeing on the news a whole bunch of bad stuff. The news tends to separate people. I recommend just turn it off, go outside, smell the fresh air, and just talk to your neighbor. But we are human beings. We make mistakes. That's the thing. We all make mistakes. And I've already forgiven everybody in my life who's done me wrong. Because forgiveness is the greatest gift ever. Thank you, and see you next time. This is Benjamin signing out.